Oh good, that's working. Let's actually mute. Why is it? It's playing back through my speakers. Oh right, I'm on the live page. There we go. Hi Jamination. Hi Mohammed Halton. Hi everyone else in advance. the waves of hellos. Hey Auto Stop. Hey Fabi. Nice hair. Thank you. It's a bit out of control now, and kind of like it's tipped over the edge and can no longer be stopped or controlled. How you guys are fast. Like, do you just guys like sit like on YouTube or on like Gmail until like a notification comes through and like bam, there's a stream. Like, I guess I have a big number of subscribers, so it goes out to a lot of people, and chances are at least some of them just happen to be in the right place at the right time, and then I don't know. How y'all doing? Let's go to live chat. There we go. So I'm trying at the moment to get my Twitch overlay thing that I used to have, that I liked for Twitch to work with YouTube, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it exactly the same, because I don't think I can get viewer list. I think I can get chat messages, but I couldn't see a way in the API to actually get hold of viewers, so I'm gonna have to do the little walkie around dudes in a different way, like just. But to be fair, in a sense, I should anyway, because getting viewers doesn't really scale if the stream was ever larger or whatever. It really only works up to about like 200 viewers, and then it's just a mess. Unless you started like making them smaller and smaller and smaller or something. I don't know. Well, I do a live stream game like I did on Twitch. If I can work out how to get chat messages and stuff, then in theory I can do that. I would like to see if I could get Tribal Tension to work on YouTube as well. That'd be cool. That's kind of a low priority thing at the moment though. So I mean, like if I run this at the moment, it'll probably. I think it's still set up to get Twitch stuff, so if, just so you can see where it'll be. Like I've got this, and it's got like this big transparent thing. Yeah, it's got like some guy who's just been lurking in my Twitch chat forever for some reason. And my chat bot, Sean.js bot, will eventually show up there as well. But on here now, where? Oh, the overlay should. Oh right, I've got that over there. There we go. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's the right height there, actually. It's like the cover is a bit bigger than it. I'm not actually sure. If I move this around... I'll look into that at a later point. I think... Yeah, it's just like a few pixels higher than I feel like it should be. But I thought I mathed all that out correctly, but maybe I didn't. Today, a new platformer episode? Yes, it came out a few hours, few hours back. I made that live pretty recently. I think. I hope. Yeah, no, I did. I remember. I set up all the thumbnail, I did all that. Did that today. Notice me, please. Hello, the ninja. That's I see what you did there. I'm good. I'm alright. I'm doing pretty good. I just appreciate you and love you. Oh, I appreciate you too. I'm in 8. I'm in 8. I'm so bad with names and words pronunciation, man. I have to go. Oh, thank you for stopping by anyway, Auto Stopped. It's good to have you here. So yeah, anyway, I have this thing down here, and like if I hover, that's Sean.js bot as well. And this is just like my Twitch chat. Luckily, Twitch chat is just like, you can just get the chat of like any old. It's probably not a good thing really, but you can just get like the chat list and stuff like easily. You just do a simple GET request. You don't have to do any authorization or any of that nonsense. But here, I think you have to kind of authorize the data a bit. So I'm kind of watching a tutorial that was kind of teaching me how to do this a bit more. But I needed to do a live stream in order to get an ID that I need, which I now have, I think. If I go... So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like off screen because it involves like IDs and private keys and things. And I'm not gonna lie, this live stream is mostly just a coincidence of me needing to have a live stream going in order to get some of this data because of how YouTube works. So let me go. So if I'm just sort of like staring off into space, I'm probably doing something on another screen. Oh, too many tabs open, man. I can't find the one that was doing my thing. Stream API. Right, okay, try this API. Calls method, that's the thing. ID execute. Oh, how do I get the ID of this particular stream? Where are we at? Do I even get a link to this? View on watch page. No, it gives me the stream, but it doesn't give me the ID and the URL. How did the other guy get it? Where did the other guy get it from? Sorry for any extra audio that might come through while I'm watching this dude's video. I don't think it's coming through too loud, so. Let's go back a bit. Where did he get this ID from? Anyone else have the URL for this live stream that has the ID in it? Because like I have like the live watch page, but that's just like what's shown. It's just like the channel URL. I don't have like an ID for the stream in and of itself, and I'm not sure where to get that from. What are we gonna do today? We're working on YouTube like overlay and chat stuff, but I'm not sure if I'm a little bit unsure about what I'm doing. So it might be a while. Right, so I can get the watch page. I can't. How do I? Where would the ID be? Is in events. My live events. Live now. Ah, okay. Ah, got it. Got it. We found it, guys. So I've got this. Close that. And I tried putting in the one from the last stream and it didn't. Yeah, because this is a different one. Okay, let's do that. Execute. Apparently this is the ID that I get out of... Yeah, I've got my live chat ID now. So I've got this copy that I'm going to paste into... Oh, don't... Oh, probably too late. I'm going to hope that none of you all know how to use any of the stuff that came up on screen anyway. But I'm not even sure I need the stuff that came up on there anyway, so whatever. Some long boring codes that are used for stuff that you're not really meant to share, because otherwise people could use your URL to get stuff and data and whatnot, and that's not cool. But hopefully, thanks Royalty Torchon, I'd literally be absolutely terrible without you. I'm glad I could help. Alright, so I've got this ID. What on earth do I do with this ID now? I feel like I'm basically going to be doing a lot of it. Like, a lot of this initial stuff at least is going to be just happening off screen, because like it involves IDs for things that I can't really show people. Returns list of YouTube broadcast. API request parameters. Let's keep watching this video. What did he do? I'll put this on screen so you can see what I'm watching. I mean, this is just like for general programming sake, so I've got to kind of convert whatever this is into something that'll work in GameMaker, but I think that should be reasonably possible. It's weird there, like, I was just reading the chat, like, it held a message because it had the word homo in it. Like, as a thing, like, is this an appropriate message? Which, like, I get, but is also really dumb. Like, you can't choose to censor a message because it has the word, like, gay or homosexual in it. Like, because otherwise, how do people who are actually those things, like, express or identify themselves? That's mad. Google's censoring is, it needs work. Have I got the YouTube play? But no, I don't think I can even claim that yet. It's just it comes up on my YouTube. I think I just have to wait for them to. I mean, if they're even still doing that, I don't know. I've probably come in just as they've just decided to sort of, stop doing that because the platform's too damn big and too many people are getting it or something. But, like, from what I've heard about the play button thing, you need to, like, it's like a notification you'll get on your dashboard, and then you get that, and then you get a code that you can go and put in the website. There's a website where you can claim all the stuff, but you need a code that they just have to manually send you, which I haven't got. So, I think that's because I reckon it'll probably need a human to come and check the thing, and YouTube hates hiring humans to do anything, so. Hey, Subhanshuja? Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing names, but hello, I'm your new subscriber from India. Thank you very much for subscribing. Hey, Katombi, let's not be mean. What you said there was mean. YouTube recognized it as mean and isn't, like, even giving me, like, a show hide held for review thing on your message because you're being mean. Don't be mean to people in the chat. So I'm watching this at 2 or 4 in the morning. That's probably not a great idea. You should probably get some sleep. Anyway, I need to keep watching this.
Page token, as if we take this and add ampersand page token equals and then the value. Our next call, it will give us the next page of messages.
Okay, so part snippet and live chat already do. Right, I'm going to try that in the API itself, in the try it bit of the API. Let's see if we can get that to do what we want. Again, this is second monitor stuff going on, so apologies that you won't necessarily be able to see what on earth I'm doing. Overview. In theory, I could then write this to dynamically go in and get the live, like, work all the stuff out, but then I would, like, have to run the overlay as I was streaming. I don't know. Live chat messages. Where's right? Lists live chat messages for a specific chat. Try it now. Try this API. So part snippet. I'm not sure what other things I can put in part, but the YouTube tutorial tells me to get snippets. So ID, snippet, and author details. Interesting. Live chat ID is that I just got execute. That's the thing, I've got to get it from this. How do I pass along an OAuth from GameMaker? That's going to be the tough part of this, I think. 200, okay. So I've got a bunch of stuff in here now. Total results 73. YouTube chat message, hi, I came from yeah, okay, so this is getting all the notifications from older. I don't know why it gets the oldest ones first. That's weird to me. If I do the same thing and I put, like, max results 3 in here. Oh, bad request. Acceptable values are 200. Oh, right, you have to have a minimum of 200? That's kind of weird. The default value is 500. Why does it have a minimum of 200? I guess there's probably a reason for that, but why? If learning difficulties, oh, I don't know, I wouldn't know what to suggest there. Everybody learns things in different ways, though. My tutorials aren't necessarily the best thing for everyone, but lots of other people do different tutorials in different ways. Kind of, yeah, Francois, Lauren, or things that more or less achieve the same ends. Mostly for the purposes of getting, so I can live stream here more often, because I like having cool overlays and stuff as part of my streaming, so I want to be able to do that here if I want to live stream more often.
Everything new since what we read last. This and add ampersand
Oh, okay.
page token equals and then the value. To our next call, it will give us the next page of it.
Hang on, back up.
Should look something like this. You'll also want to get the... You should be able to use the snippet part while applying your live chat and API key as parameters. It should look something like this. You'll also want to...
Google APIs, YouTube live chat messages, live chat ID, which passes in the live key. So this is the get I'm going to do. Oh, and key at the end, and that's where I put my API key. Okay. Does that work with OAuth, or is that... Do I just put an API key into that? Let me take a look here. Yeah, message, right, so that's messages, that's that. Live chat ID, blah 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 blah, page token. Dies a specific page in the results set that should be returned. And an API response to the next page token property identify. Right, okay, that's what he went on to talk about in a second. Okay, so I'm going to try... Let's see if he talks about the API key thing a bit more.
Get the page token as if we take this and add ampersand page token equals and then the value. To our next call, it will give us the next page of messages, i.e. everything new since what we read last. As with the other web requests in the past, it would return a JSON file.
Next page, how do I get next page token?
Text messages from...
Next page token in the response provides a token that in your next request will identify the next set of API. Okay.
The chat will be under the items object.
That's not important for now.
The message text under the text message details brackets. And then obviously just get your program to recognize different commands by that text. Now for the tricky bit. This is where I struggled for a while. If you want to chat from your account to the live chat, you will need to do an OAuth request.
Okay.
As in allow your program or bot to post on your behalf. This is exactly what things like Nightbot are doing when they ask you to click sign in and then allow access to one of your YouTube accounts. There is plenty of documentation on the Google site on how to do an OAuth request, so I won't go into too much detail, but it requires you to do a web post request. Once you have an access token, you can use the refresh token from the process to keep refreshing that token and reusing the new credentials to do an authorized request. Once you have your refresh token and access token, you're ready to post a message to the live chat. All you need to do is another post request using the live chat API.
Okay, so I'll need to do a bunch of stuff to get like an OAuth session essentially in the client itself. That then apparently there's a way to just sort of refresh that during the session, and then once I have that enables me to post stuff to the chat. I don't really care too much about posting to the chat right away. I just want to actually get these messages, and it looked like I just need an API key rather than a OAuth. So I think I can probably just get that first. Stupid web links in YouTube chat. I'm not seeing any links in the YouTube chat. Just scrolling up. Oh, as in it's not letting you. Yeah, I think it just doesn't. I think for all like spam moderation reasons, it doesn't tend to like people. But I maybe I've got a way I can enable that. I'm not sure, but not that I'm particularly aware of. I have settings enable live chat whenever someone automatically blocks spam messages, which is probably what the thing is. But that seems very general, so I'm going to leave that on. You guys can work around it as you already are doing, I guess. So let's back up a second in here to where he had the thing on the screen that shows what the thing should look like.
Get the page token as if we take this and add ampersand page token equals and then the value to our next call. You get the page, the snippet part while applying your live chat and happy key as parameters. It should look something like this. You'll also want to get the page token as if we take this and add ampersand page token equals and then the value to our next call, it will give us the next page of messages, i.e.
I'm missing something in what he's saying here. I just need to listen closely.
Parameters. It should look something like this.
Yep.
You'll also want to get the page token as if we take this and add ampersand page token equals and then the value to our next call, it will give us the next page of messages, i.e. everything new since what we read last.
Okay. So I don't need to call this once and then... Oh, Christ. That's very strange. But we'll try this. Yeah. Let's... Live chat here. Okay. So this is my next page token. Just copy this into my notepad of secret things. And I'm going to want to get API key, I think, as well. Create credentials, API key. Copy. Okay, so I've got API key, I've got client ID. Oh no, that was my live chat ID. Live chat ID. Christ, so many IDs. That's the next page token. API key is that. Okay. Christ. So I want to do a get with a lot of nonsense in it. This. So I don't know, GameMaker. Move GameMaker over here. Sorry. Well, I put this stuff in. So create. I'll bring it back so we can see the info it got, if it managed to get any info. First of all, let's run mode 1 and just make sure that nothing breaks. Run it. And it broke. Draw line 64. Oh no, draw line 9. Right, because otherwise it's right. I gotcha. Channels. Right. Copy. Paste that there. Okay, so this is here. It's not doing anything now. Shouldn't get anything from Twitch because it's all turned off. Let's close you again. And let's put that. Right, so I want this. Basically. Let's just, in case it's changed slightly since the last one, let's get it from the actual page. I mean, I can show you it while I'm not actually putting the key in. I'm almost showing you that down there. No, because I'm gonna go by the Twitch API keys. Stupid API keys. Alright. HTTP get. Chat messages. Question mark. Live chat ID equals this long useless string ampersand part equal snippet ampersand max results equal 200 ampersand key equals, and then my API key, which is going to be this nonsense. Copy, paste. That is a very long line of code. In fact, if I show you my live chat audio, that's probably not even a big deal. But that's got my Twitch stuff in it, so I don't want to give you that. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to do chat, like loading chat and stuff like that from YouTube Livestream in GameMaker, which is going to be interesting. Okay, so that'll do that. I'll do a HTTP get with a whole bunch of nonsense. Close bracket, semicolon. That is the longest nonsense line of code I've written in a long time. I almost wish I could show you it just because it stretches off the screen at like 1920. It's mad. So it'll do that, and then we're in the async event. This is where we actually get all this nonsense. So I can kind of show you this now. So I just have to not go to the create event in theory. What about the whole? Oh yeah, I used to show goblins. But it shows little village people now instead. And it like randomizes their colors with a cool little palette, the swapper thing. Receive shadows. It does that if the mode is 0. Else. I can pick the chat up the code up a little bit. Let's just try and do the same thing. JSON return. So let's see what on earth actually happens if I run this. So I've just made like a request for chat stuff, but I don't know. Right, okay. Project is not found and cannot be used for API calls. So something's gone wrong with my API here. Error. Usage limits action access. Right, okay, so my API key thing isn't working correctly. Enable YouTube data IP by visiting project. Okay, so I think it's finding the correct thing from the API key. It's just not got the right permissions in here. YouTube care overlay. Enabled in this project. How do I... Dashboard. Popular ones, those are none of the ones I want. YouTube. YouTube data API. Oh, analytics. Oh gosh, there's lots of exciting stuff in here. I love work. I do like doing stuff with APIs when it works. It's exciting accessing all the data of other services people have made. Enabled. I think that's what we were saying as well, right? Enable YouTube data API. Yeah. Enabling API. And I've got like a thing spinning in a circle. So I presume we're getting somewhere. Cool. Okay, so I think maybe this will work now? A hunger system. I don't know, that sounds very specific. I don't tend to cover really... there's some specific things, but I don't tend to cover stuff that's that specific a lot of the time. Because that's more like... I tend to cover the kind of concepts that would get you to a hunger system rather than cover specifically a hunger system, you know? So like, because it depends what you mean by that. Do you just mean like a number that ticks down over time and you put it up if you get a thing? Because that's just a variable, or it's a variable or an alarms, and making a thing tick down over time. Like you said, people in the chat have given you pretty basic ways you can implement that sort of thing. Becoming a hacker. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but not really. Cool, look, this is the chat. This is you guys, look. Well, I'm lucky because my mum isn't here. Okay. This is fun. Will I ever do a video on how to do a hunger system? Look, it's all in here. It's in the output. I got the chat. Okay. Now I just need to work out how on earth to actually break that into like an array of messages. And how also I need to get the next page to it. Right, so it should be in here actually. If I scroll right up to the top of this, this is going to be every message in the chat, so it's going back a lot of data, as opposed to just connecting to an IRC thing with Twitch. Although to be fair, like, it's actually involved a bit more work than this, so maybe this is better. Right up here. Well, I can get the usernames. I think are they in here? Author. Oh, I get author channel IDs, but it doesn't give me the usernames. I wonder if there'll be some more stuff involved in that, because then that's data about other people. I don't know if I can do that. Boring. Shout out to whoever that was. YouTube JSON return. Kind next page token. This thing. So I don't know what that means if I put the next page token in there. That just means, I don't know, let's read the API page again. I can bring it here so I can show you. I can show you a bit more of this while I'm not actually working stuff that has my keys on it. So live chat messages list. So this is what I called, basically. I literally just in GameMaker did one simple thing. I can't show you it because it's got the key in it, but I did what's called http_get in brackets, and then just pasted this URL into that. And that's went away, got the information, and then it returns all that information in what's called the async an async event, which is this thing in GameMaker, async HTTP. It's just one of the events you can add. So that's when GameMaker has received some data from somewhere in HTTP, right? So it's received a bunch of data, and then this is just me handling that data. It comes back as a JSON thing. You load it out, and then that gives you it all in this kind of format. And you can decode JSON into what's a DS map of things and things and things, and it's all like you can get nested stuff out of it and stuff, which is very cool. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to work out how this next page token thing works, because I think it's going to be important. The page token parameter identifies a specific page in the results set that should be returned. In an API response, the next page token property identify other pages that could be retrieved. So if I just put what was in that video,
page token equals, and then
this on the end, that gets me messages that are new since the last API call, is my guess. It's a tough question to answer, Connor Christensen. Like, in recent history, I have mostly done smaller projects. Working on PokePoke, which I hope might turn into something bigger, but it's tough to call at this stage. Page token, okay. So, and page token. Right, I need to move this again because I need to access the create event again. Make this, I've got an absurdly long line of code that I wish I could show you, but I can't. Make this even longer. And page token equals, and copy that token that I got out of the thing. In theory, I shouldn't show you that, but I think it's useless to any of you without my API keys and all that kind of nonsense, so I don't really care. Okay, so let's save that and run it again and see what on earth happens this time. Close the workspace. Just give me my async screen back. It's here. There's my thing. And if I click on here, the overlay comes back up as well. I have something similar to that, and the alarms just don't either trigger or they won't decrease the value set in the create. That is strange, unless you're accidentally setting an alarm. If you keep setting it in, easier than doing it, honestly. Like, if alarms are getting you down, what you can do is just, alarms aren't necessary in theory to do a countdown or something. They're just a convenient way of doing it. You can just have a variable that's just like hunger tick or whatever, that's like a number that you initially set as 60, and every frame tick it down by 1, and then just have in your step event an if thing that says if it's 0 or less than 0, set it back to 60 and subtract a thing from hunger, and just do it that way. So let's scroll up here. In 10 seconds. So that was Katone V's last message. In 10 seconds your character will be full 10 starred 1. Let's go up to just see. Right, no, and let's just run it again and just see if it So the top one would theoretically be, if it works how I think it's working, it will be Yash Saksena's message, which is just wondering what streaming program to use. Scroll up. Oh no, because the thing will be different, won't it? Keep scrolling. Be a different next page response, won't it? So every single time I call this, I want to get the next page token and then put it. Oh, Christ. Okay. How does JSON decode work again? Collection of name pair values called a GS map. Yep. Oh, and in those maps can be things, right? I just realized this is probably creating an absurd memory leak. Like it's decoding that and then that's creating a bunch of DS map stuff and not actually deleting it. So we'll make sure we do that with the YouTube version. We'll come back to it with Twitch. JSON is... I'll put this over here so you can see what I'm reading. JSON... Oh, my camera's gone hella dark. Well, dark because I keep turning right light off. Property. I'm just going to leave it on. It reduces the frame rate of my webcam, but it means I get lit better usually. Whoa, gets a bit exposed. Well, it's adjusted itself. We'll just... Oh. Now let's put it back. Oh, whatever. We'll leave myself looking dark and weird. Okay. Oh, Christ. Normally you would know what keys the JSON decodes to, but if not... Right, okay. And that can... Yeah, sure. There's a hierarchy of lists and maps these are decoded to and also created for you. It's a bit scary because if you don't know exactly what's created, you can't destroy it all, right? You need to destroy it, otherwise memory leaks. Oh, but then if you destroy the top level list, I think that kills everything in it, right? I'm going to quickly ask the Discord. Cool, turns out it does. I fucking love the GameMaker Discord. Like, the Reddit, the subreddit Discord, subreddit r/GameMaker has a Discord, and they are very cool dudes. that's actually really cool how that works. Patrons for access. Oh no, I don't. I don't have a personal Discord. People have asked me about that, like if I should have a personal Discord where like my viewers and stuff can hang out. Maybe it'd be a Patreon thing, which would be cool and all. But I don't want to create a secondary community of people, because if you're learning GameMaker, there's already a really cool community for that, which is the subreddit r/GameMaker has a Discord run by a few people, but one of them is Juju Adams and a bunch of other dudes, and it's really good and really well managed, cool, big community. And I'd rather just send more people there. Like, there's things to be said about centralizing things and so on, but like it's good. So like, I just sort of prefer the idea of sending people there rather than like having my own weird community. And like I never really get time to answer people's questions and stuff a whole lot. Like I do my stuff and I create my things, but I don't really spend a lot of time answering individual questions and things like that, which is what I guess people would want to use a Discord with me for, you know? So I was in Game Developers League. I didn't really use that one a lot though. Like if you want Game Maker specific stuff, like the subreddit GameMaker r/GameMaker is the best one. IMO. Anybet Catone V Catone 6. I'm not sure how you want it saying. I'm gonna turn on the light. Just looking at my face on that. So I've made a lot of exciting progress with this actually already, which I wasn't sure if that would. Wow, I like that. Look at that God Ray. Look at that. Look at that. It's like I'm casting a spell. Showers to that. That looks sick. I'm not changing a thing about how that looks. Even though my skin looks super pale and everything with how the skin is, how the lighting and stuff itself in the camera. But to be fair, that is just kind of what my skin looks like. So stay free. I'm not actually in a bit of a pickle. It's actually going pretty okay. Better than I thought it would. So JSON map So once I do this, how did I do it up here? So I want to check to see that map exists as a thing in the first. What happens if this fails? Bring back that dot page. -1 if it fails. Right. So I could just check if map do not equal -1 or something like that, rather than the whole ds exists function, but in fact I will do that. So if map next page token equals what's the access of this again? It's the name of the map, question mark, and then the thing, right? So the map is map question mark, and what was it? It is just top level, isn't it? Next page. Okay, and then I'm just going to say show debug message, next page token. Okay, so this should. I'm glad I can show a bit more of it on the screen now, but okay, I think that works. That should be it, right? Okay. So I want to call this like every 200 frames or something like that, right? So I'm going to need to move this off the screen again because I need to relocate the original call for this. Alarm 2 equals 200, let's say, right? Oh, do I have this in a macro? I should have this in a macro. Request time. And I'm going to add an alarm too, which I'm going to call YouTube API request. Paste in the thing. If next page token does not equal -1. Sorry, I know it's boring when there's nothing, when you can't see the screen, but this is the way of API keys. I'll get to people's questions. I can't see people's questions in the chat right now either, so I'll get round to them in a second. It's just how things are at the moment, I'm afraid. Copy this, paste it in there, cut off that. Scroll at the end. Fast. Okay. Next page token. Which will be a string. Okay. For request time. Okay, I think that's all the alarm should need to do. Then that's going to go off every few seconds. Let's bring it back over here. I'm not really making a game right now, Wilson Bardo. I'm actually using GameMaker Studio 2 to create an overlay for this these streams, whereby I get people's messages from the chat and I can show them. Yes, Mercy, SSH. Okay, so it'll do those things. Destroy map. Boom. I'm just going to check in the Discord, make sure no one's pointing out anything horrible I need to remember. Copy functions don't deal with nested stuff like the destroy does, so when copying. Cool. Ah, interesting. I feel like I need to make a note of that. So if we destroy that, so we get the map, turn it in, well, we get all the data here. We turn it into a DS map. We do some stuff with it. We blow up the DS map, and then everything is cool. Hello.
You want to take a break? Well, it's 8 o'clock and you haven't eaten yet.
Okay.
What do you want?
I take it you're getting Domino's or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get me a pizza.
I love how you just always know exactly what you want.
Get
and how decisive you are.
like barbecue chicken.
Okay. Which is good because I would have got any pepperoni.
What?
It's good because I would have got any pepperoni
Yeah,
pizza. So barbecue chicken.
Yeah, just barbecue sauce and chicken. That's cool. I think there should be one that's just that. If there's not, just
I'll make
it.
one.
Yeah.
It's fine. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm certain.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's what I love about you. Your decisiveness.
Thanks.
See you later.
Right, it's a solid pizza choice. Underrated, I think. Actually, probably rated about correctly. It's pretty popular. Okay, so basically all I'm really doing with it is just getting the next page token and then doing it again and again and again. But what I am going to do... No, okay, let's just run this and see if I can make sense of it. It'll throw me off a bit probably because it'll just keep... I don't know, let's find out what happens. It breaks, okay. I never set that to be a thing, right? I need the create events. Let's come back here. Right at the top. Next page token equals -1. And let's come back to the async event, put it back here, and run it again. GameMaker can do all kinds of things, man. People don't. I think it's just because it's called GameMaker and a bunch of other things that people think. Right. Okay. So it's getting it here. Thought GameMaker user master. Blah blah. Data returned. Topic and notes recommended. Cool. So it is actually just getting the newest messages now. I think. What happens if there aren't any? Got one there. Right, results for page 0. Right, so there were none in that. So page 0, results for page 0, result for page 1. Total, right, so I can check total results, and if total results is greater than 0, we know there are new messages that we can add into the chat. Okay. How do we get them in order then? That's the next question. Let's stop it running so I can kind of review this data. I almost want output in its own thing right now. Can I like a workspace that's just like this? I want to. How can I maximize this? That's not going to work. That creates its own bloody window. Let's bring you back. Close the other strange one we made. I don't think there's a way to do that, is there? I can just make it hella big. But then it's like it doesn't, yeah. That's, I wish I had a way to do that. Let's close that because I don't really need you right now. I think that's my best bet, isn't it, from this? But I want to even, I can't stretch it any higher. So, that was that. Yeah, that is changing each time, isn't it? Okay. Did I get like a results per page 2 in any of these? That would have been useful. So it's in items. So there's a map key with items. Oh, is my stream okay? Oh, it just looks... Sometimes just freezes on the live dashboard. But it looks like my health is still... Stream health? Stream is healthy. Good to know. I'm streaming for like an hour though. Done with the I'm not done with the complete platformer now. Let me refresh this page. So in items, they come in kind of... Is it a list? Is it a list of maps? Kind, YouTube live chat messages. Is there any way in which that would not be true? Time to look at the API. Resource. So it's just always going to say that, isn't it, really? Yeah, the value will be this. Not sure what that's for, but who knows. Total results, results per page, page info. Okay. Property is always present. Its value determines which field. Oh, okay. So you can also get things that are like... Interesting. Like super chats and all that nonsense. So I need to like check that it's a message as well. What does that come back as? So text message event. Was that even listed in there? Yeah, text, right, send a text message, right. And it's oldest to newest, so I can... Okay, that actually... Finally the oldest to newest thing actually makes sense. Okay, and I think I still mostly have the stuff set up for drawing... Well, how do I do it with this again? Like, I make a goblin for them. Where's the thing? Oh no, I get text differently though, don't I? Text comes from process commands and that, doesn't it? Where Twitch parse data even, or one or something like that. One of these chat async. That might be it. Chat message, right? Yeah, logs that chat message received, does all this stuff. Right, and we just insert it into that DS list. That's how it works. Okay. Alright, I can't go into the create event, but let's see, when do I actually create that? Right, we'll just do that regardless. Auth. Chat list. So that's gonna get that nonsense. Get the stuff from the chat. Got the messages, I just need to put them. Alright, and I think I just insert them into this list. And I think my draw GUI stuff now, if I just bring that back up. I think this stuff, yeah, it literally just works from this list. Okay, cool. So, now that I will have that DS list at the ready, let's put stuff into it. So, if it's more than like 10, I'm just gonna get the 10 most recent ones, I think, because otherwise it'll try and get like all 100 billion messages and put them. Oh, maybe I should just do that. Every time I insert one, I can just bump the oldest ones off the. Yeah, let's just insert them all. Screw it. Show next to you, right. Right, let's get rid of you. I don't think I need you anymore. We know that that works. Hey, where'd my output window go? I need that. There we go. Oh, it was just in searches, that's right. I don't know what E tag is about. Hopefully it's unimportant. Okay, so if map total results. In theory, that should be what we always get. I don't think it'll break. Debug message. No messages to show. Okay. Let's just see if that works. So, bonk, ton of stuff. Right, we need the bottom messages to show. Oh, which it shouldn't say. Messages to show. Messages to show. Right, so total results is 0 there. Is it a string though? Let's run it in debug mode. Oh no, that won't help us. But allow. Right, close. Allow access. No, debug mode will not actually help us here because I haven't set it up to actually get this thing. So let's see if I do it like that, maybe it'll work. Because it might just be getting a string. Which I think would make sense. Messages to show. No, okay, still not working. Total result 0. There are none. Total results. So what are we getting back? Well, we will just have to use thingy. Right, now we can... Oh. Why? No, save. Why wasn't it able to save that? Stopping. Oh, GameMaker, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop building! Why are you building? Okay. Shrug. Okay, GameMaker, you're so cute sometimes. Okay, and then wait for it. Wait for it. Boom. Total results undefined. Nice. But output should still be here. I mean, at least you guys are a nice source of constant chat messages, so I can test this with ease. Right, there weren't that many though. What's going on here? Oh wait, of course there would be. Hang on, just carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on. There we go, that's only got a few. Total results. Have I spelt it right? Looks like I have. Why is it undefined? Oh, it's in page info. I didn't see that. Okay, it's a map and a map and a map. What the rap? Okay. So bar page info equals map page info. Total results equal page info total results. I think that, yeah, there's a map and that's not a list, is it? No, yeah, because I think that indicates a list. So, let's try that. Good afternoon, Sean. Nice to catch you live again. Both my brother and I have been working hard on our respective games and working pretty sharp. Thanks again. Glad to hear it. What are we making? Cool. Messages to show. Good job, Steven. Yep. There was a message to show. Still saying messages to show. Okay. So let's assume the problem here is that there's an actual integer coming back from that. So it'll get messages right away, and then if no one says anything, total results still should just be 0, but it says 0 comma. Oh no, that's just because there's another entry in the thing. Debug mode again. I should have just done debug mode first, actually, then I could have seen exactly what was in it. I try to guess. 75. But is that a string? Oh no, I'm just doing the same nonsense again, man. What am I doing? Right, total. Like, that's the actual value. That's how I want to check. Should have just run debug mode again, but I'm being greedy. Messages to show. No messages to show. Genius. Okay, let's wait a bit. Someone said something in chat. Eventually, yep, that someone said a thing. Messages to show. Excellent. Okay. We got it. We did it. Okay. Now, I just need to actually get that. I'm glad I didn't just try and build the whole thing in one and actually test it step by step, because that took a long time just to get that stuff. So I'm glad I didn't just assume that that would work, which I almost did, madly enough. Okay, let's get rid of that now, so we should know. Okay. So that's good. So if total results greater than 0. So what are we getting? Items. Let me look at the JSON thing again. So tell me anything about the structure. JSON list. Yeah, so that, yeah, it's the square bracket, so it is how it works, I think. So object, which it is, returns the amount that has the object entries in it. Okay. List equal page, no, map, question mark, items. Raw test equal. How do you get something with DS list? I think that'll be up here, is it? It's one of them, isn't it? No, that's not how this works. List item 0. Each list item is a map in its own regard, right? Message map. I don't have much of a schedule for my live streams, but what I would like to do with them is essentially how my work flows at the moment is Monday I do a lot of Patreon based stuff, like I catch up on any admin I need to do for that, any stuff I need to hand out to people. I can hear my pizzas right, and that kind of thing, along with planning what I'm going to do for the week and all that kind of stuff. Then I'm working on video until I finish that week's video. That's like my main thing, right? It usually happens around like Thursday, and I usually have a bit of time left in the week. depending on what the video is. Sometimes it'll go over and I won't have any time for a couple of weeks while I'm working on a big video. But I do that, and then the rest, any remaining time I have in a week after finishing a video, I do freelance stuff or streaming and that kind of thing instead. So, thank you very much. Alright, fair enough.
That's the tax.
Okay. So what I'd want to do in theory is stream on Fridays when I can, basically. It used to be Mondays. I used to do Mondev was my streaming day, but it just doesn't really fit in with everything else in it. Because if I do that first, then I've only got 4 days left to do a video, whereas if I do my video stuff first, make sure that's done, and then if I have the time left over on Friday, do the live stream stuff. That's the ideal way to do it, I think. He said it smells like barbecue chicken. Oh, and it is. Right, let's put this somewhere where I can get to it. Yeah, go over there. The room is a bit of a mess. Now this is just gonna be live streaming me eating, right? I should have titled this better, like titled it as actually being a live stream. I might update that. Somehow it just says GameMaker Studio 2, and you might think, if you're familiar with my channel, that this was a tutorial video and be like, wow, what's this 2-hour video he did? And actually it was me streaming. Mostly a load of nonsense. Oh, so good. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full and it's all rude and everything, but I don't care. Pizza's too good. Oh wow, shout out to debug mode. Just get it, like, I can just hover over that and it just shows me like the whole chunk of stuff. That's cool. Close this. Though let's actually work on the thing now. I didn't realise I was actually coding in the debugger there. So in search results, live chat, we get, this is the stuff we get, and then an item is this. So in that item, I want to check if message map question mark type equals text message event. Okay, that means it's a text message that we want. And then it's in. Interestingly, it's got text message details and like message text, and that's all that's in there. Whereas display message has just message as well. Fortunately, I can't quite seem to get the author name at the moment, but I think there might be another way to do that. I presume there is, because other people have written bots that do this kind of thing. I'm just not sure if I'll need to do fancier authentication stuff for that. But we can work it out as we go. ASMR pizzeria. Yeah, man, this video is taking on wild turns. So, let's just see if we can insert into the chat list some. Oh, that's the point. How do I in, oh man, in the draw GUI. So Oh, right, so we look for that in the message, don't we? That's how we used to do it via Twitch, right? That's probably not gonna... Well, okay, it can work. If I can structure it the same. So, can it make 3D games? Oh, by the way, whoever asked on the question, yes, it can. I wouldn't recommend it massively, but it definitely can. Not because it's bad, it's just we've got tools that are so much better for doing the kind of thing. It's the more accurate way to describe it. Like, people are like, oh, GameMaker's bad for 3D. It's bad in a relative sense because we've come a long way with 3D tools that take away a lot of layers of abstraction for you, and like you have to do a lot of the hard work yourself in the 3D in GameMaker. Whereas, in say Unity, a lot of it's done for you. Oh, did I see someone say they didn't like pizza? Mad. You are weird. Nicole, what is you? Nah, just kidding. What was I doing? Right, let's get those chat messages. So, in here, text message event. We know it's a text message. Var the message equals... I probably don't even need to put this into a var, but I'm going to do it anyway, one step at a time. Ugh, stupid syntax error. You don't have to come up every time. Display message map, display message, right? Yeah. So we can kind of make this work, I think. Position, oh gosh, 0 just to put it at the front. I think that works. Yeah. How did I do it with the other one? Process command. Yeah, I did just put it at 0. Okay, so that should work. And the value is the message. Well, it's not. It's actually name here. Don't know if I need some spaces involved in this, but we'll find out. Oh wait, hang on, I'm doing this. Right, that's just getting list entry 0, isn't it? So we need to repeat this for the number of results. Repeat. Do that, and then dump that. How do I get rid of that? Right, no matter what, yeah, do this. Yeah. Let's find out. Ugh. Forgotten something here, I'm sure of it. Bang, bang, bang. No new messages. Okay. It's not getting it. Not getting it. So let's do this and run debug. Which will only happen if total results above 0, so let's find out. Oh yeah, the first one will always get tons, right? So total results 75. I was always getting 75. I thought it was like 200 it should get. Oh, okay, interesting. It's not getting that. Search results. Oh, it's a list, isn't it? Hang on. Screw this up. List item is that list item is a map, right? No, yeah, that's right. Message map. List item 0. We've got to work out what that is, haven't we? Whew. Okay. Debug equal undefined. Okay. That's getting an address out of there, okay. That should be a map, I think. Each list entry, I think, should be a map. Let's carry on, get a smaller thing of data. Oh, right, it's... Okay, boom. Okay. YouTube JSON returned. Total results 1. Items, and that. And that. Oh, it's in the snippet. God, everything is nested and nested and nests and nests and nests, man. Okay, so... Like, it looked like it was just one column here, but it's actually tiny bit indented. Which, it's a thing in a thing, it's not... Ah, right, okay, so where's display message is in snippet, so... Oy, okay. So... Is it just in snippet in items? How was I getting typed then? Oh, I wasn't. That was the whole problem. Okay. Snippet equals message map. It's a map and a map, isn't it? Yeah. Map. Snippet. Snippet. Let's try again. Hopefully eventually we'll just see a bunch of stuff just flood into that chat window. Hey! I think it worked. It's cutting stuff off. But there it is, look. Human games more. Like hi, so it's cutting off like the first letter, which makes sense. So if I bring that one in there, does that? It's missing off like the end of people's messages, which I think is something based on how I do it from Twitch, and it's also cutting off the beginning. But we've got the information there. meaning we have made a lot of progress. Hmm? Hey, loads of people have done this stuff with Twitch chat as well. But I don't know anyone else. They probably exist. I'm probably setting myself up to be proven wrong here. But I think I might be the only person to have ever done a thing like this in GameMaker for YouTube. So that's exciting. Don't know though. I don't really follow YouTube streaming scenes for GameMaker, I guess. So who knows? Maybe loads of people do it. I'm just taking this sort of moment of triumph to actually eat some of my pizza. Now what I need to do is work out how to get people's names and also correct the cutoff thing. I'm pretty sure I know how to do that. It's kind of experimental matte animation, but a lot of the reasons come down to basic things like, hey, I have a bigger audience here, and it is a bit easier if I keep everything in one place. Which I don't like. I like, you know, I already don't like how many of my eggs are in YouTube's basket as is, but there's still a lot of advantages that are in theory open to me for streaming via YouTube. So I'd rather keep both options available, you know, and experiment with both. And it's nice that it saves all my video and stuff like forever and like automatically. Yeah, so like if you Goom, yeah, it's coming off the last two letters and the first letter. So I think that will solve the first letter thing, because of how I pass. Yeah, so I do that. Okay, that's width. Oh no, I think that's irrelevant. I think that's for other stuff. But I think the way I deal with a list entry when I draw it, that's the thing. So if I come into here, draw GUI, like when I draw this, I find the position of that string and I delete it and put that name in there. And I think I account for the fact that there's going to be a space after that. So I think that deals with that. Message -2. I think it's a specific thing to Twitch that were just extra characters on the end that I didn't understand. If mode equals 0, I know I should probably do an else, but this just is easier for me to read. Screw it, we'll do an else. So let's see if that fixes the issue. Do we see Goomba at the top? We do. Goomba. What is this thing about Goomba? What are you talking about? I mean, I got you if you were just trying to test the chat thing. But, Let's chill out on the Goomba. But that seems to be working though, right? That's getting the complete message. Now, how can I get someone's name? That's a whole other thing, I think. Because you'll notice it doesn't come up in here, but I do get a channel ID. To name from channel ID. API. Oh man, do I need to do a whole separate call just to get the username? No, I have an ID that I want to get into a username. How do I do that? It's telling me how to change usernames into IDs, but not the other way around. What was the blank one? What was that message? Oh, right, emotes. It doesn't know how to do emotes. Okay, well. Thanks, dude, whoever that was. Volano Design. Channel IDs in the video. How do I... Doing a whole nother async call just to get names, fields. I mean, I should have seen that coming based on what was in there, but... Author channel ID. Right, let's copy that in instead. So I can't just asynchronous. I can't just make that many async calls, can I? I mean, I could put them all on a list and then make a call and then process the list. Oh, the runner's crashed. That's weird. That implies I had some sort of horrible memory leak or something going on there. That's not good. Just straight up crashed. I was handling no new messages things fine. It would always kill the map in the end. Coding is riveting. Sweet roll. Theo Patel, this is your last warning to chill out on the whole Goomba nonsense. Oops, didn't pay heed to the last warning. Put user in timeout. You can go chill out and think about other things than Goombas for a bit. Still thinking about how I'm going to do this, but I haven't even worked out how to actually get a name yet. Channel IDs, authorization. Is there anything in that video I was watching?
Our next call, it will give us the next page.
So I did all this.
Would return a, you want to look for is the message text under the message details brackets. And then obviously just get your program to recognize different commands by that text.
Oh, right. Is it just going to... It might not tell me how to do this. This is where I struggled
for a while. If you want to chat from your account to the live chat, you will need to do an OAuth request, as in allow your program or bot to post on your behalf. This is exactly what things like Nightbot are doing when they ask you to click sign in and then allow access to one of
No, this is just about posting stuff now, isn't it?
On the Google site.
When is Lundai 41? I'm not sure.
So I won't go into too much detail.
It's probably coming up now, isn't it?
Post request. Once you have an access token, you can use...
Yeah, when is that? Don't say it's like this weekend. Oh, 2 weeks from now. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that one. I feel like my calendar might be open, but I'm going to remind myself after the stream to kind of check on that and see if I can do that. Hopefully I can. I will always do those if I can. How do I get names? How do I get names? Channels.list. Maybe this is what I just need to call. Ah, come on. Give me a thing. Live chat messages list. Right, let's go to the live. Let's see if it's in here. Publish that. Author channel ID. So if they're banned, you actually get their name. Weird. Author details. Ah. But I wasn't getting that. Is that part of snippet though? No, that's... part of the second... Oh no. It's its own thing. Maybe I'm already getting this info and I'm just not noticing it. Where did I actually get an item? Here we go. Kind, e-tag, next page token, polling interval mills, page info, total results, results per page. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, so it's getting those, and then each one of those items is one of these, right? But how come it's not getting author details in here? But is that because I'm just going for the snippet? Oh, maybe I can get both if I just... List. Right, so that's where... Okay. Here's the Earth, chilling. I think I have an idea. So... Actually, no, how do I get... Bring it back up again. Getting there. Starting to work this out. Right, list. This is what I was calling in the first place. Can I get multiple? Like, what if I want all three? I want more of these in one thing. How can I do that? Show standard param. Right, I'm going to use the try it functionality of here, which means I need to put my own key and everything in. So I'll BRB that over to this side of the screen for a minute. And let's see. I've totally lost the page. Right, give me. Ugh. Okay. Live chat messages. Live chat ID. Alright, I need... Oh, I've got it in my notepad, haven't I? Live chat ID is you. Copy, paste. And next page token I don't need. Part. Is... Let's put a snippet in, just to make sure it still works. Click OK. And use that count. Okay. Gets all those things. Okay, get snippet. And author details. Ah, you can do comma author details. Items. Right, okay, it's difficult to break this down because I think it's completely changed the order of the data, but I think there is a way to do what I want. So items will get all the messages, search it up, and then it'll tell me who that person is, and it gives them the display name and everything. That's very cool. I'm just trying to work out now. It's really hard to tell because the indenting it comes back that shows you each section is really really small, so it's hard to tell which thing is part of what thing, which is what led to my earlier problems, not realizing it was a thing nested in another thing. So it brings back, scroll right to the top. Items, is it in items? Okay. It's one indent. Two indents. That's a third indent. Honestly not sure how that's coming back. So I'm just going to do it and see if it completely breaks all my data as it currently stands. So let's right, I need to move this over here so I can modify the thing. Main alarm to YouTube API request on this massive long dumb thing. Part snippet, comma, author details. Right, I expect this to just sort of break everything, but I need to see if it might work. Okay, no, that's all still there. I get the feeling my memory is piling up because it did crash last time. But it might have just been GameMaker doing its thing. Right, let's wait. We'll close it the next time we get a chat message. Hello, person from Turkey. I can't see your name yet because my chat thing doesn't let me yet. But we are working on it. God, someone else put a thing in the chat. There we go. Right, close. Where did I learn a GML? Wolfton apparently said that. Is that correct? It is correct. Cool. Where did I... Oh, no. No. Oh, no. Go. Ah, okay. I think only half of that was on the screen, so that's not too bad. Alright, so... let's go to here. It's the most useful one. Where did I learn GML? I just, I picked up GameMaker, I used the manual and tutorials that kind of existed and learned as I went. There's not... I don't know that there's really a systemic way to learn GameMaker or code. Or I'd at least argue you don't need one. Oh wow, I even get people's profile images. That's kind of neat. Sorry for talking while eating so much. But I'm also not sorry at all, it's really delicious. Alright, let's just count back. That's from that. And then this is from this. Okay, so it's top level. So it's top level author details, right. So top level of items. It's in the message map because it's in list item. Yeah. Snippet. Var author details equals message map author details. Okay, if snippet that is that, then bar the message is that bar the author equals author details. Author detail. Stop it. Syntax error. Display name. Okay. Okay. The author. See what happens, kids. I would probably react with, hey, I should sue those guys because they didn't ask me. Otherwise, if they'd asked me, then I wouldn't react with anything at all because I'd be expecting it. Yay, that's everyone's names. They all there. And then it crashed. But it's like, it's kind of doing what it should. Close. Okay, so I have a feeling we're not killing data that we should be killing. Memory is there. Let's kill that. Continue. No, okay. So I think maybe it's getting stuck in an infinite loop or something. If it's zero, what happens when it's nothing? Because, like, it's doing that as a result of, message text crash. Okay, no, so it got a message. So let's, I'm going to work out where this is happening. So let's show a debug message here. So that should just increase the every frame and show us debug message there. Show debug message done. I don't know what you mean by reset, Press Pickle. Done. Done. Well, now it's just not going to crash. It's getting everything. It's why is it just being fine now that I've set up a thing to work out where it's crashing? Crashed in debug mode as well, right? So let's try that. Yeah, it's all 73 of them done. Is it getting back a JSON that it shouldn't? Maybe, I don't know. This all looks pretty correct. I'm not sure what you mean, Acer 702. Might be an unrelated loop going off somewhere in the drawer of it or something. But it's just not doing it now. Like, it's just fine. So I guess I just have to carry on as if it's fine and then come back to trying to work out that crash later when it next does it. How come it's not? Every now and again it's just like throwing it in and not doing the tippy typey thing. But how, I don't know, can't remember how I checked that. The layout I kind of have for it, I don't know, it made sense for me for them to be at the top. Yeah, it's suspiciously just working now, but it was just straight up crashing before, and I don't know if it's just something with the runtime of this, or it's actually something in my code, or what. Because it wasn't throwing up like a GameMaker message, it was like straight up the runner was crashing. Can I show that? Does that have any impact on it? No, interestingly. Yeah, technically Zoidberg, but eh. Data is going up now, but like, it's going up way too slowly for that to have been the cause of the crash. And that's honestly just because the DS list is getting bigger. The chat list. Like, I don't think I'm ever actually combing it out, which is a thing I should do. Is there a way to do that? Is there a way to, like, chop off a section of a DS list? Let's try this. While DS list find index global dot chat list oh no, find value rather, position 5. Does that just break? If you give a position that is outside the given list side, position 11 in a 10 value list, the function will return undefined. Cool. Do it with 3. Does not equal undefined. So it should keep like 4 messages. Oh, I should check it using the is undefined. If while is undefined, not DS list delete global.chatlist. Three. I should just wrap all of those. So I don't. It's being a bit dangerous because I don't know how my list behaves with some of this other stuff. So, but I should just get like 3 messages at a time. And actually, if I get a new one, it'll cut our faces at the bottom. Yep. So that works. So that makes sure that that'll never get too big with YouTube, at least. So I don't think I put any of these checks in my Twitch one. I wonder why it crashed like randomly. Different kind of crash, even to what this one had been doing. But if you had to combine 2 completely unrelated video game genres, what would I missed that? What would I combine? No idea. Make your own genre, rather than try and work within genres. Yeah, I know it's not Raspberry Picker 39. This is literally just a test to see if it worked, because I can visibly see when it's 3. So I want it to be like 6 or 7, right? I'm going to move over to 6 for now, just because that's... Actually, that should be a macro. Moving over here, so I can go back to the create event. Macro. Oh, actually, that's not bad. I can leave that there as long as I'm at the top of the create event. We'll do it at 7. Networking. That's one, right. Cool. I do primarily work in GameMaker. Do I agree with the stigma that GM is not a legitimate program for game? Well, I think that's kind of obviously untrue. It's weird that people still consider that to be a stigma. I don't think it is a stigma in the actual game development community. I think it's people outside the game development community feel it's a stigma. It's like people outside the games industry think that No Man's Sky was a failure, and various other things that are just like demonstrably untrue. There was another thing as well that loads of weird myth that loads of people believed that just wasn't true. I can't remember what it was now. I mean, I know lots of people didn't like No Man's Sky Maker, but I mean, first of all, No Man's Sky is awesome in my opinion, and secondly, it succeeded in any metric you look at it. In any metric, like it sold billions of copies. Well, not literally billions, but loads. It sold loads and loads of copies. It's been getting loads of great support. The company have been able to keep funding it and make more stuff. They've got a huge community of people that love it and have been live streaming it and working on editing the wikis for it and all that kind of thing. No matter how you look at it in terms of like any viable metric for like whether or not that game succeeded, it succeeded, and yet there's still this weird myth that it didn't do very well, and that it was like this huge PR disaster for them, and it wasn't. It was just a few loudmouthed idiots that kept yelling until everyone paid attention to them, and everyone was like, oh, everyone's yelling about this game, I guess it must be really bad, and they created this weird myth around it that it was this huge big deal thing of awfulness that it wasn't. It's a random guy lied, said the game was... Gamers are stupid. Anyway. The letter gets removed. What letter gets removed? Thanks for alarm. Oh, that, yeah, I mean, that'll be to do with the font and probably the way it processes the data. I wouldn't know how to deal with that, unfortunately, Francois. Yeah, anyway, I'm still working on getting it to work in the first place. But back to the whole thing about the person saying, like, about GameMaker and the stigma of GameMaker, like, there isn't one in game development circles, not really. I know there is one kind of from outside it when you're getting into it. So from that perspective, no, that stigma is completely untrue. Obviously, games can be really good, professional games can be made in GameMaker, as they obviously have been done. You've got, I know it's actually not really the best example because of how it is and looks, but Undertale was obviously made in GameMaker. A better example is the Swords of Ditto, coming out very soon. Beautiful looking game, really awesome, like Toon style, Zelda, Link to the Past inspired, like co-op adventure thing that looks amazing. There's a whole bunch of reasons Raspberry Picker, but the name is certainly one of them. But I mean, just look at what I've done here. Like, I've used GameMaker to tap into YouTube's API. Like, that's really that's kind of out there in terms of what, like, you'd think like baby's first game engine could do, you know. And that's because it's a general tool, so it doesn't. Everyone's like, oh, if you can get around its limitations, actually, GameMaker's quite good. That is nonsense. There aren't really any limitations. There are things that are hard to do in it. There are ways in which it maybe doesn't scale well for your particular project if you have certain things in mind or you want to do. There are all kinds of problems it might have, but in terms of hard limitations, very, 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 very few of them. I'm hesitant to say none, but none come to mind. I think they probably do exist, but in the same way that they probably exist in any game engine, Unity, or anything like that. But very, very few actual limitations. And even then, when you consider softer limitations and things that are just really hard to do, really awkward and so on, if you're working in 2D, that's really none of them. In fact, most things are easier to do in GameMaker than they are in other languages. So certain best practice approaches to things are more difficult. Every game engine has its own baggage of stuff that's just GameMaker, Unity, and this is doing things in ways that are annoying or inconvenient because they're a generalistic engine or because it's designed in a certain way. But all tools are good at all things. No, that's a nonsense sentence. All game development tools can be used to make good games. The tool isn't a deciding factor and all that stuff. You can make an awesome game in Twine, and people have done. That Seed Chip game is awesome. That was just made in a web text adventure making thing. But that's not even a good comparison, because as I say, yeah, GameMaker, you can code in it, and you can do basically anything. One kind of limit you used to have was like you couldn't do shaders, and then they put shaders in, so now you can. So yeah, see, it handled the long message okay. It's weird the way it like chops onto second lines isn't great, but that's to do with my draw event for this rather than anything else. Nice beer, thank you. What do I think about Godot? I haven't tried Godot, but it looks quite cool. I'm glad this is working though. I honestly I thought I would mess around with it and maybe get some of the chat messages. I didn't think I would actually get it working by the end of this thing. How long do I stream for? 2 hours 20 minutes. Probably not gonna do too much longer on this, as like tempting as it is, because I do always tend to just sit and I've left this running for so long and it hasn't crashed, so I'm gonna put that up to maybe it was a GameMaker bug that was causing it to crash, or an IDE bug, and what was I gonna say? And just not worry about it until it crops up again, basically. So that's got all those things. Let's take a look at the drawing thing for this now. In theory now, I have all the info I need to be able to hook it up and to be able to people to be able to play Tribal Tension and that kind of thing with it. I couldn't just load that up and just run it and it would work now, but in theory, I can now do that. Because I can get messages from the chat and I can get people's names. That's all I need. Oh. No, but game engines make things a lot easier. A lot easier. So let's go and make some... Right, I can't get the viewers in the chat, so I want an alternate way to get the little goblins. This will probably be the last thing I do before I go. I might do a tutorial on how I did it, Presbickle, but the overlay itself, that's mine. Oh, I forgot to put on Twitter that I was streaming again. Oh well. I'll do it now. I'm not going to be streaming for much longer, but eh. Okay, let's run it. You know, say hello to the internet. Whatever you want in the Twitter GIF, you can say it now. If it's rubbish, I'm just going to do it again, so don't ruin it. Let's put it up like here. No, I don't think I've thought this through. That'll do. Delay, turn the delay down on this. Just get those few frames together. That'll do. Shout outs to GIFCam. Fun to watch me figure stuff out. I'm glad, because that's all I've been doing tonight. What font? I think I just used the font that it used by default in the code editor. Or just F Courier? Oh, I think I just used that actually in F Courier and F Courier small. Not a fancy font. Oh, that might be it actually, the fact that I've not... What's that letter? I think I wanted to be careful, didn't I? What's the letter, Francois? Yeah. Let me just... I'll need more than that, but let's put you in. And see if that's the thing. And put it in small as well. I have to work out all the letters I actually need. Copy. Let's run this. Let's see if that might... Oh, I might have had to close and save the fonts first. Yeah, there we go. I think at the time I was being extra conservative with what was in the font because I didn't want people to be able to pass through messages that did some sort of backwards hackery of it. I don't know, even sure it's possible, but cool. But at the time when I've got user input as text, I just felt, because I know of certain things that can go wrong with that, I just felt I needed to be careful. Yeah, so like half of that won't show up, Raspberry Picker. But I can get that stuff in later. I just need to find all those letters and then dump the appropriate range of stuff in. Oh, at the bottom it's drawing that a bit weird. Some of these are drawing a bit strange. Weird rendering issue on that, I'm not sure what that's about. No, yeah. Just a bit strange. It's just size 10 of it, is it? Did I turn it down to size 10 or something? It's fine. All the lists. Okay. So let's make viewers show up. How did I do that with this? So I got viewers, and if there were new viewers, we made a goblin for them. Does make goblin already check if it exists? Yes. So it won't make multiples. We should do it after getting the messages, because otherwise the first thing will create like 1 million of them. So after this there'll be 7 maximum messages in the chat. DS list insert. We add a dude. And hash used to be line breaks in 1.x. Now you can do it's \n. That might do a thing actually if you typed that, but I think I ignore backslashes in the font. Yeah, exactly. It was a really conservative set of things, so it won't even give you that. Oh, it might actually. It's in here. Yeah, do you like back? Let's try that. I want to see what happens. No, I didn't do anything. I probably got it set to somehow purge that kind of thing. I don't know what's going on with the font though. I swear I probably accidentally turned it down a size or something. Let's just go up one. It's just looking really strange. Still is. Even the small one is. Just ever since I loaded the font. Maybe it used to be a different font. And like I no longer... Oh, it probably did as well actually, and I probably just no longer have it. Oh no, but it's got F Courier, so it probably was Courier. Anyway, what's the actual font? What should the font actually be? That looks like it should be Courier. What's code edit? Can I set that kind of thing? I think I can. Code edit. This takes forever to load, but default. Console. All right, these are consoleless. Line number text. Use default. Default. Consoleless. Normal text. Use default. So they're actually consoleless. Well, I've got it as console. I don't know if that is the default. I think I might have set that myself. Whereas that, I liked it to be the actual thing that GameMaker used, but screw it, we'll just go with that. Consoleless. I can't get... Is it just because it's not anti... All anti-alias it, screw it. This is getting off topic, but 13 and... Oh yeah, that's just, yeah. Use default. Why does it look like just like that? I don't know why maybe my Courier font is just broken or something. I don't know. So ever since I added that one thing to the font, it's just... The overlay's not here because I'm actively working on the overlay DXX Pac-Man XP, so every time I close and rerun it, I have to, it'll be gone. Put you back to 10. It's not that bad to do it with GameMaker, man. It will press pickle. There's always going to be a bit of a delay between like the stream and what's in the thing. I can't remember what my thing is set to. It's set to low latency for near real-time interaction. I've not tried ultra low latency, which would be interesting to try out with Tribal Tension if I can stream at that okay. I don't really think I have done any real data structure tutorials. I think I've done tutorials with data structures in them. that are centered around them pretty well. That looks fine to me. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Looks quite clean, actually. A bit more readable than it was in the straight old pixel thing before. No, because I've not added them all. I've added like the handful that you can get just from the keyboard and that, but most of them aren't there. As I say, it was very conservative. I just want messages, right? I don't really care about everyone being able to type loads of fancy symbols. I'll expand it as I see fit. But for now, what I want to do to finish off today, soon, so let's not get too distracted again, is... So in this async event where we do all this and we add these things, we want to make some goblins. With overview. Oh, right, yeah. Right, sure. Make goblin just gives it a name, yeah. I mean, they're not goblins anymore, but that's what they're still referred to in the code. So, after all this, we know that we've only got max messages worth of stuff in the chat list, so we can loop through the chat list, I guess, at this point. So, so for every entry in the chat list, it means we've got to dig out the author though. I really want to be able to just use this, but we might have like 100 billion of these, so it's, you gotta be careful. Sod it. List. I should always have one. I shouldn't need to error check that. Probably put that in a var, but whatever. Index 1 colon. Alright, let's see what happens. Ah, look at all those dudes. That's more than I was expecting, though. Oh, is the pills there? I don't see him. Oh yeah, hey Sean. Sorry, I didn't see you there miles away. A regular viewer on my stream, my Twitch stream. So I was just like, oh, I didn't see you. I didn't notice your message anywhere. But hello, if you're still there. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's cut his name out of that as well, because that explains what that's about. I had that book on Twitch and wondered, it's missing characters. Yeah, it's like there's loads missing from Zalantos' name, for example. Okay, so it's copying one too many because it's getting the colon in there as well. But there shouldn't be as many as this. Like when I first make it, it should come up with like 7 of them. Because like, yeah, it deletes them constantly until there's only 7 in the list. Let's debug mode this. And pop. Oh, okay, it's not going to get me that. It's just done that. So let me step over function call. Oh, okay. Weird. Run. Do it twice then? What? Oh, hang on, it's doing this for every Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, this seems to be the wrong time to do all this. So repeat for every result. Right, that makes sense. Okay. So it's doing that every single time is the problem. So let's cut all of you out a second. Oops. After that. After this, rather. Add all those to the list. Delete the list. Then do this. A lot of people have said that for Lano design, but I think it might get super messy. Okay, cool. So that should be like the last bunch of people to have said a thing. Only 5 of them. I was expecting 7. You can just kind of walk around. Dead Eye appears. Oh, it might be because 2 of them, if they're duplicate messages, yeah, that would make sense. And the Twitch one, every time someone said something, it would pop their name up. It should be like, they're still here, kind of thing. How did I do that again? So it was when we... I think receive chatters. Being oh no, Twitch chat async. That means our FAQ should work. Oh no, no it won't. No, it won't even slightly work. That's the one. Async. It's the wrong async event. This is the correct async event. Okay, so let's put this. See ya, Ace 702. Paste it into where we insert the thing. We're gonna run that. It should be fine even on the first run through because it just shouldn't find any viewers initially. Can't use argument outside of a script. Oh right, if the author pause. Cool. I'm working on the overlay that you can see on the stream. Ooh. I need to add that letter into the other font. Cool. Yep, just by saying something you appeared there, Street 6565. Your name looked weird though. Yeah, you've got a weird shadow as well. Don't know why though. Thinking about it. In fact, even the weird name thing doesn't make sense for that, because it should just draw the same thing behind you. Let's take a quick look at that. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm going to have broken something by opening up all of them. Like I don't have the original font that I used for this anymore or something. Yeah, I don't even know which font that's using out of this set. So I feel like when I close, it might just be this Villages one, because it might have been stretched. Let's have a look. I mean, draw begin? No, draw GUI. Oh no, it'll be in viewer, won't it? Draw viewer, draw. Oh, it has a specific font for the outline. That would be a problem. Right, that's a whole other thing I'll have to look at another time. That's not a big deal though. That's just a thing for another time, because that's going to take way too long to solve tonight. More or less, yeah, did I? But I mean, I teach myself from all kinds of YouTube tutorials and things like that, so I don't know if self-taught so much as like omni-taught, you know, like taught from billions of different sources. And some of it is just my own learning and working out how to do stuff. A lot of this has been that, and a lot of just sort of breaking down how GameMaker works for myself and working out things out that way. But you can run into problems that way because you can start assuming things that aren't actually true. But you need a mix of all the things. So this is pretty cool. I mean, to say that, so I should be able to minimize this now, I think, as well. And yeah, it still runs down there. Okay, cool. So, I mean, I obviously didn't write all of this from scratch, like the drawing the chat and drawing the people and the little wavy stuff and so on and so forth. That already existed in terms of me interfacing my Twitch chat. I'd already done that stuff. But all that stuff just was there and worked, and just the hard part was getting the data. Like doing all the drawing on the channel and the people, that's the easy part. The hard part was getting the data in the first place, which I'm really happy I managed to do in just effectively in 2 hours, right? And I think about an hour and a half. The hour and a half point is where we cracked it, right? We got all the data we needed. And then the rest of it was just sort of cleaning up and getting it all to work properly. I'm pretty chuffed with that. I thought that might be way harder, and I expected just to sort of screw around with it for a bit tonight, but I've actually just got it straight up working, so that's cool. I wanted to have this working just to be able to do streams in future and have a cool little overlay thing. I need to look into this, the outline for the text. But that's nothing to do with the data I'm getting. That's just a font and text drawing thing. All the data is accurate. Yeah, I can do that. Street 6565. I made a game like that. I'll show you real quick. I wonder if I can just leave that going and open another project. Let's build this first of all, because this is the YouTube overlay now. And as far as I'm aware, this should just... Well, they bothered me when they stopped moving, then I thought it had crashed. Let's build this into the overlay folder I have on my desktop. Call this YouTube overlay. It's the same code, but with a thing in the create event that just says, oops, no, I shouldn't show you that, but thing in the create event that just shows sets mode to equal 0 or equal 1 based on whether it's Twitch or YouTube. Cool. That's there. Let's open this. We'll need another folder actually. YouTube overlay. Put everything in here, even though it's still called Twitch overlay. Create a shortcut. Paste it in here. Run it. Create that. Minimize that. Put it over there. Overlay pops up. We're good. Yeah, just a palette shader that Pixelated Pope's done a video on, that made and put on the marketplace. He has a video on setting it all up and how it works. No, I say how it works, isn't like have a tutorial on building it or whatever, but you know, how it works. What was I going to do then? Right, okay, so that's that up and running. I was just going to show you guys Tribal Tension real quick. It'll be in phone mode, so you'll be able to play it via your phones. If you've got, or actually just via a browser, if you've got that to hand. I think I have it in the version that works, at least, is in my project transfer. So like, that's the hard part, right, of chat stuff on YouTube, but then once you've got that, you can do all kinds of fun things. I'll say getting those little people to walk around is really easy. Getting stuff to the chat messages to appear the way they do and make them fancy and doing letter by letter and that kind of stuff's easy. And you can even build a game out, because you can take... Oh, that was loud. you can take those messages and translate commands out of them, which is what this game does on Twitch. But in order to get that to work on YouTube, I would then need to basically just copy in all the stuff I've just done now from YouTube's API, and it possibly wouldn't work the same. It probably wouldn't. Yeah, just thinking about it, it might be tougher on YouTube because you can literally join this now. By the way, if you go to that website and put in that code, you'll appear in the game. Because this is the phone version of it. Yeah, you're typing !join, which would work in the Twitch version, but obviously we're on YouTube. So this is the version you can play on your phone, or you can just play on the website. You literally go to that website and you type in the thing. Yeah, with YouTube it'd be harder to get this to work from chat because of reasons. Because I have to poll the chat, and I poll the chat like every 200 frames. But on Twitch, I hook into the IRC channel and I get sent those messages more instantaneously when they happen, so I'm not just checking for new ones like every so on. So that's less optimal in terms of like being able to, because even with the Twitch delay, at least your command actually goes through instantly, whereas in this there would actually be a bit of like lag before it did it, and it would only be able to, like, if you got yours in before someone else, would, like, they'd still happen at the same time. Anyway, I'll give you 5 more seconds if anyone. In fact, no, I'm going to start it there. So I have to manually start it, the phone version. But you'll have a bunch of commands, and you can kind of, you click on them, or on whatever you signed into on the thing, you should do things. It's a bit dodgy, so sometimes you might lose connection, and you'll notice your commands aren't actually going through. Let me turn desktop audio down a bit on that, because that's coming through a bit loud. For me, I don't know about you guys. In fact, I'll turn it up on there and turn it down on my speakers. So we've got, it looked like Teal went in for an early kill, but then backed out at the last second, and is now attacking Yellow, which on his own is not going to go well for him. Oh no, I think he's going for purple, I think. Raspberry Picker with the defend, but then realizes there's nothing to defend against us and starts building again. It's a shame you probably can't really read the speech bubbles and stuff because of the way I've got the stream set up. Oh yeah, if you full screen it, you can kind of see what's going on. Yellow going for somebody over there. Where's the audio gone? Let's literally just stop playing it now. We gotta turn that thing down too quiet. We're being attacked by blue though. Oh gosh, yellow and purple not getting along. Yeah, purple with the defend command, but he was too far away. Oh, but it paid off. He managed to kill the yellow king, so that's cool. Jeff respawned. Yeah, you won't be able to join now, press pickle. The phone version only works, like, you have to join at the start, unfortunately, at the moment. This is all still very early prototypes. In fact, it's so early prototype that if I carried on with this, I'd probably be making a lot of it from scratch. But I don't think it would actually take that long to get back to where everything is at. Madly enough. As I say, it's a weird version of it where you play on the phone and stuff, because a lot of it is designed around, like, you read the chat and you see what other commands people are typing in so you can react. Whereas in this you can't do that, so it's proper Wild West. And the game is already pretty Wild West. Jeff's got a catapult, chilling in his middle. He's just hanging out in the middle with his catapult as the yellow dudes pick off some more trees. Every civ is alive right now, though. Or every tribe, rather. No one has captured the shipyard as of yet. But to be fair, it's hard to even work out how you do that. Interestingly, on the phone, you get to see all the commands right away, so it's not like you had to type in help and be like, how do I do any of this? And read the whole guide and everything. So it's just kind of there. So I guess it's a little bit more... Oh gosh. Yellow catapult picking off some of these buildings. Poor raspberry picker got offed. Where he's back and he's turned on defend, but that catapult is gonna wreck. Catapults can kill people if the rocks land on them, but they can't aim specifically at people. Oh, but teal is getting involved in the mix. It looks like this is the end of days for red, maybe. It's hard to tell though. Oh no, because I think teal was attacking yellow, so actually red got away with that. So the game works is, like, you can see everyone's points in the top right. You get points by having more people and more houses. And the game will end once every tree has been cut. Once every tree has been cut, it'll be a 60-second, or I think it's, might have gone up. I think it's still 60 seconds, I'm not sure. Either 60 or 90-second timer. And then when that runs out, the game ends and whoever's got the most point wins. That's technically untrue, Caesar Lagme. That is normally how it works. And that's how it works on Twitch. But this is the phone version, so you play by putting in a code on a website to join at the start of the game. You can't join in midway. So sorry to the people trying !join, but that won't work here. I'm only gonna let this run for one round, because then I'm gonna call it the end of the stream. I'm gonna go to bed because it's getting late. So all the trees have been cut now, so you can see all the purples dudes just returning back to base. He's got one tower up, which is actually really good. Towers are really good at holding off against like last second attacks if you're ahead in points, which purple is almost. White is actually leading right now, has the most people. But blue and red are still duking it out. Oh, but red accidentally destroyed one of his own buildings there because one of them had been captured, I think, by blue. And so the catapult went to attack that building and accidentally collaterally destroyed one of his own. Not yet, it's really still in quite early development, Press Pickle. I do want to do more on it though. I would love to do like a whole Jackbox style pack of these kind of silly games where you can input phone commands and stuff, but it's a lot of work. And I didn't even do a lot of the technical stuff that got the phone stuff to work. I did with the Twitch chat stuff, but that's a whole different thing. And white took it. GG to white. I'm gonna close that, unfortunately. That will be it for now. No, it doesn't color it. You have to ignore people typing that. A few people are typing !join because on Twitch that's how it worked. It would read messages from the chat. And I know that's what we've been doing tonight, so it's a bit confusing. But this was another version of the game which runs via going to a website or going into your phone, going to a website on your phone and entering the code, and then you input commands like that. I was just showing that as a demonstration, so I could bring this to YouTube now because I know how to read chat from YouTube. But there are a few hurdles of the way that works in terms of updating chat and getting command. Not so much hurdles, just in some design hurdles. Maybe it might change a bit about how it feels to play, but it's possible now. So that's cool. And I was just showing people like Game on what it was. Anyway, we got our chat working tonight, so that's cool. I don't know when as I was saying, the way I kind of want to do streaming is probably Fridays every other or something like that. I don't have I never commit to a fixed schedule. I don't even commit to a fixed schedule on videos. I have a sort of private and official schedule for these kind of things, but I don't really commit to a strict every single X do a thing. But I try and do them end of week kind of things. Anyway, that's going to be everything for me today. No, it's not. Hello?
Say goodnight.
Oh, good night. Good night. What time is it for me right now? It is literally just hit 10 o'clock. So I'm going to head off. Thank you all for stopping by. As I say, it'll maybe next Friday I might do another stream. Who knows? But I might be busy, so I might not. But Fridays are the time to look out for it. Just as they are with everything from mine is going to be Fridays, I think. Just that's when I release videos. That's when I stream. Just if you want stuff from me, Friday is your day. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch you next time.